Breaking the wall of the triple planetary crisis. Ochuo e Chompon Wache. Climate smart tree planting, Ghana.
Green Day, everyone. Today I share with you my science engagement project. But actually, I share with you a story from my life journey as a kid. I am a victim of environmental disaster. When I was 12, my home got flooded. I saw my mom cry, and my elder brother had to literally swim to the dirty river to take me to safety. That is why I am what I am today. That is why I am an environmentalist today, to also save other kids from the trauma I went through when I was a kid. Today, the globe is plagued with what is called, the United Nations call it the triple planetary crisis. That is climate change, pollution, and biodiversity loss. And if you come from a global south country like mine, Ghana, then you can really appreciate what climate change is. This is climate change for you in Ghana. It is affecting the agri sector. The agri sector contributes 19.7% to GDP in Ghana. It employs a little over 48% of the population. However, due to the changing climate, the agri sector is heavily impacted. And air pollution, which has also been identified by the United Nations as one of the triple planetary crises, is killing us as Ghanaians. We are losing lives. So in Ghana, the issue of the triple planetary crisis is a matter of life and death, survival or poverty. And if you're a scientist and as passionate as me, then you have to do something to arrest the situation. We are losing our green cover as Ghanaians, and there you can see it. My country is first on the list by the work done by FAO. But what if there is a scientific solution that leverages on community engagement to develop local solutions that are environmentally friendly and nature-based to address the triple planetary crisis at the same time? What if we can really make science for everyone to enjoy it at a level they can appreciate it whilst we are solving our environmental issues? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Climate Smart Tree Planting project that I am doing to address this issue, where we plant trees as sanitation-related areas based on the science behind tree planting to address climate change, pollution, and biodiversity loss. Trees are able to sequester carbon from the atmosphere, thereby mitigating climate change. Trees are able to produce oxygen through the process of photosynthesis as a byproduct. Trees are also able to phytoremediate even degraded soil. And above all, trees provide homes for arboreal organisms like birds, flies, thereby restoring biodiversity loss. So how do we do this? We enter communities through schools, as we're able to form green clubs in schools. With the green clubs, we're able to train green ambassadors. The green ambassadors are leased to us to reach the community. Then we engage the community through stakeholder consultations and focus group discussions to identify pressing environmental issues in the community. And trust you me, climate change and pollution are the topmost two in all the discussions we have had so far. And therefore, we engage the community, we set our green clubs to be able to nurse the plants that we need. So we do with local indigenous tree species, and now we are doing with one core of Framo in Ghana, which has all these properties we have, and we are able to do this. So our green clubs, the students we work with, nurse the tree seedlings, then together with the whole community, we decide on a day, then we go to plant the trees at sanitation-related areas where the areas are heavily polluted, like public toilets and refuse dumps. And we do this with the whole community. And so this is a project for the community, by the community, and with the community. And we as eco-warriors, we do not just say tree planting, we say tree growing, because our green ambassadors and club members will have to watch over the trees, water it, and make sure it grows in the community. Then we can harness the importance of the trees we plant. These are my eco-warriors that I work with, and these are community leaders that you can see around through our focus group. This is a teacher I work with on the project. And these are myself and my students carrying on with our projects that we call Climate Smart Tree Planting. Now, as it stands today, we've been able to nurse over 2,500 indigenous tree species, planted 1,000 of them at sanitation-related areas, and distributed the other 1,500. We have formed 4 green clubs in community schools, and then with the aid of our green ambassadors and our clubs, we have been able to translate climate and environmental information into 4 local languages, because we work in rural areas. People do not speak English. And so we have to speak to them in a language they can understand. And the most powerful aspect is our inclusion aspect. We add sign language to our translation, so that people who are living with deaf and dumb will be able to also understand. So we don't only break the wall of the triple planetary crisis, but also break the wall of language barrier. Just as the bilingual is giving access, we're also giving access to everyone with our project. So we at Eco Warriors, we say that I end this presentation with a call to action that the best time to have planted a tree was yesterday. The second best time to plant a tree is today. So why wait? I therefore charge everyone here, join us plant tree. And as you are planting the tree, let's plant the trees smartly, because as eco-warriors, we say, whether you are living or you are dead, the earth is your common home. So let's help save the planet. This is the importance of a tree for you. Thank you.
Well done. Thank you so much, Otor. You really made use of that 5 minutes. Well done, well done. And let's see what questions we have. Tilina.
Thank you so much. Can you describe a bit more about the education aspect? Because it's very cool to see all the actions. What are you teaching the students in terms of climate change?
So, we teach the students based on a curriculum we have developed with another organization on environmental education. But particularly, this is just one project of what we do. The climate smart tree planting is just one project of the eco-warriors movement. So we have a curriculum we follow in training the students on climate information and environmental education. And so we're able to teach them on climate change, what climate change actually is, the science behind climate change. And then this has come from a work that we did that we realized that most of the respondents said they have heard of climate change before, but only 19% of the respondents could actually tell what climate change was. And so we have a curriculum we follow where we're able to teach the children on that. But the attention, because of the project, is focused on trees. And so we have tree talks, and I'm a storyteller. So we use storytelling as a tool to be also able to communicate our environmental information to our students. Thank you.
Another question? Yeah, Jean-Claude.
It's actually two questions. So what is the scale? How much have you achieved already? And secondly, is there resistance sometimes to when you go to a village and say, okay, I want to do this? Is it always positive, or is there sometimes resistance? And in that case, what do you do?
Thank you very much. I must say the success story of this. I'll start with the last question. Every community out there in Ghana is ready for a green project. And people, because they are suffering, and in the rural communities where I work with, climate change is very rare, it's tangible. Like I said, if you come from a global south country, where we do not have the financial capacity or the resource to build adaptive capacity against climate change and environmental issues, it becomes an issue of life and death, change of livelihood, poverty and survival. So people are now realizing that anthropogenic activities are causing the problems. And so they are ready for solutions. And so if you go in with the solutions, everybody welcomes you and they want to come on board and to help you. So in one of the pictures, you saw that I had the whole traditional ruler of the community joining the whole project in the picture that we took. So that is what we are doing. And the first question, if you could remind me. The volume of so we have been able to nurse 2,500 tree seedlings, which have distributed and we have planted them. And 1,000 of them have been planted around sanitation-related areas like public toilets and then refuse dump. Because these areas are outgrowing their numbers in Ghana. And the first slide showed you that air pollution is now killing us, which initially wasn't a problem in Ghana and Africa. The problem is scalable to other African countries. And with our approach, which is inclusive and diversified, I think that is the way to go to create a local solution to address a global issue. Because the copycat solution that we have been copying from the Americans and the Europeans into Africa has not been working for us. And so we have to develop a local solution. That is the premise from which the Climate Smart project is from.
Thank you so much, Otor.